Righteous. Hold on. As usual. Righteous. Let me send this out to the cosmos. Much love to everybody who already tapped in. Highest the vibes. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy. He's back. A little early, you know what I'm saying? That's how we like to give it up. We like to be punctual in Dame's world. For all those on Facebook, much love. For all those on YouTube, much love. We're going to get it going in a minute. Let me just send this out to all my highly vibrational beings in the universe and in the cosmos. Again, the requisite is love. The requisite is love. So it's only right we navigate around that pretense, knowing that regardless of the dialogue and regardless of the jargon or rhetoric employed, that we rest and we remain at the pretense of love, connectivity, growth, not only for individual but for the collective. So that means your growth as well as my growth, as well as the growth of anyone around me, anyone or anything around me. But as we sending this out to the cosmos, we'll get started. Bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. All right. All right, I think we good. I think we good. We good. We good. We done permeated it through the cosmos. Much love to everybody. Highest the vibes. Again, it's your boy Dame. Freestyle Friday. The second Freestyle Friday. If you join me on the last Freestyle Friday, we had a nice high vibrational dialogue in regards to rhetoric and language and logic and deduction. So we was touching on many different realms, many different capacities. And needless to say, I enjoyed the dialogue. So back again. Well, we got 4 minutes, so let me do as much adding of people as possible before I get started. You know, some people go, I missed the shit, man. I missed the shit. You went live, man. I didn't see it. I missed your shit. Sorry, all right. Let me go on and let me do my due diligence. When I do my due diligence, I get corrupt like I'm Dillinger on the number, no integer. Make my gap with no intervals. I might snap in an interview. Might not want to get interview. I might range. Oh, that's me right there. That's dang rap. That's dang rap. I get to shooting that shit to feel a bang when I go loose the flip. And for all those in here, it would be much obliged if we got some participation. I got a lot of subject matter. So with the subject matter, we can expound on a multitude of topics, bounce around perspective. So if you got questions or comments, we welcome that in Dame's world, man. We encourage that in Dame's world. Okay, let me tag you up in here. All right, we're gonna get started just a minute. 5 minutes, you feel me? All right, cool. We invited enough. We invited enough people. All right, love. That's where I want to go. The irony is not just in this video. That's where I want to go in life at all times, at all moments. You feel me? Love. I want the feeling of love consistently. And before I break down this whole love thing, I have to give context. I have to define the terms. Me and my boy, we always say, we get into these discussions and these engagements, and we use the same word, but we often have different meanings to the same word. So we'll be discussing love, and somebody be like, "Oh, well, I believe love is A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever." And then the other person is like, "Oh, well, I disagree. Like, I don't think that was an example of love." But the whole time, you guys didn't establish the context as to what that person meant by uh, love when they used it, or what you meant by love when you used it. So we got a multitude of people with different contexts from the same word. So one thing I make it a deliberate, conscious effort to do is to define the term. So, Dane, what is love? What is love to you? Well, let's create a medium. Let's create a medium so we can establish what's up, Day. Much love. Always welcome to tap in and join. You know how it go. But let's create a medium and let's define the terms on what we perceive to be love. So we're gonna use Google. We're gonna use the Google. We're gonna use the dictionary, and we're gonna create an objective definition. But I'm gonna slice it and get rigid with my term because I believe even the dictionary be a little bit subjective in their terms and what they define it. You got to consider humans are writing the dictionary, therefore it's by nature subjective, be it that a human's writing it. So the Google definition: love, an intense state of deep affection. An intense state of deep affection. Now I gotta cut that down already because intense, as human subjects, we have different levels of intensity. What may be intense for somebody may not be intense for another person. So that already implies the rigid nature in the context. We live, Scotty. You can tap in, you feel me? If you want to, we live. I'll send you, well, hold on. I'm not as good at it. Oh, there it is. I'll send you the invite. Feel me? If you want to join, get up in here. But defining the terms, that's where we at. So the dictionary says an intense state of deep affection. And I want to break that down. I want to make that more rigid so we can have a general term to where it's not as subjective because we have different levels of intensity. We have different levels of what we believe to be deep. So making that term more refined from my point of view, I would take away the intense and I would take away the deep aspect. And then their form of affection is subjective because love being an intense state of deep affection, it's giving the implication that affection is always good. However, we got to slice down affection before we agree to those pretenses, right? So, what is affection? So, before we get to love, we're going to get to what affection is because they used affection in the definition of love: an intense state of deep affection. What is affection? A fond feeling you may have for somebody, which is subjective, and a subjective human definition of affection. Then you have the second definition in Google or the dictionary, which is feeling or emotion. Now that is more rigid. Affection is a feeling or an emotion. The reason why that is more applicable to my term of definition because it doesn't hold the biased connotation of being a good affection, aka love. You can have affection for a subject, which is care. You feel me? Affection is akin to care or a feeling of emotion, feeling or an emotion. You can have an affection for somebody in a negative way. I hate this nigga. I don't fuck with that nigga. If I see him, I'm like, yeah, nah, 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 nah. You have an affection for that person. It's just not a loving, righteous vibration of affection, but it is an affection nonetheless. So I take more to that term than to the fondness of the feeling. And it's also a pathological condition of mind or body. So it's a state of being in which you're at. So those two terms of affection I hold more dearly than the first one, which is a fond feeling. That's more biased in regards to how we associate affection today. You have something called synchronic and diachronic, where diachronic is how we reference a word in the past, and synchronic is how we use it in the present. So that definition was more present terms in regards to affection. We're not going to use that one. We're not going to be immersed into our own subjectivity. We're going to use the more general notion where affection is feeling or emotion or any pathological condition of the mind or body. So, AKA another human feeling. So, we take that and then we bring it back to love. An intense state of deep affection. I'm changing that. Change the intense because it ain't got to be intense for me, and that's subjective. Deep affection, take away deep. I don't know you niggas' depths. Y'all don't know my depths. So now we're making it more rigid. A state of affection is where I'm at now. Now we just acknowledge that affection is not one-sided. So a state of affection wouldn't exactly quantify love by my definition because love is a gesture that is juxtaposed to hate. So affection being able to navigate on both spectrums would be too broad. So it has to be a specific type of affection in which we're looking for to define love. So I add life affirming. Life affirming. To be life affirming is to affirm life. But to be life affirming is to promote life at the essence. For example, I'm complimentary to you. Hey man, you look nice today, man. I hope you have a good day. With pure intentions. Now these actions are indicative of someone who is life affirming in opposition to someone who is death affirming who might say some shit like, hey man, kick rocks, nigga, get on. You feel me? So life affirming, I'm tying that into the definition of love. So where I come at now, love is a state of life affirming affection. A state of life affirming affection. Life affirming affection is analogous to vibrating high. You have life affirming affection, you might see a nigga smiling while they walk across the street. But granted, remember, love is the emotion or feeling, it's the conscious state of affection. So it's not the action in itself, but it's the constant state of affection. So love can be emblematic in many different forms, many different subjects, many different ways, and it might not be easy to see with these pretenses in which I'm setting. So again, though, Scotty, whoever's in the comments, you can type in your definition of love, and we can establish these pretenses before we just run with uh love and using it in different contexts and different situations. Because when I do my deductions, I wipe away intense, I wipe away deep, and then I specify the form of affection in which love presents. So that ends me at a state of life affirming affection. A state of life affirming affection. And that's the noun variation. Because again, noun is a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. So a state, if you're in this state, this means this is a thing, a state of life affirming affection. Now, as humans, you're a person, you can possess that thing. You can possess a state of life affirming affection. So you can possess love. The reason why I say that and the reason why that's so important is because we don't want to be dismissive of where love comes from. We don't want to be dismissive or remiss by thinking love comes only from outside of us and that things outside of us have the capacity to give us love without thinking that us ourselves are the primary people with the capacity to give us love. So that needs to be known. So with the noun, with you possessing love, you can now use love as a verb. You feel me? If you're a runner, a noun, then you can practice the act of running. So if you're a lover, innately you can practice the act of loving. The verb to love is feel deep affection for, or you might love a friend. To like or enjoy very much, you might love sports, or you might love weed. Shout out to Dame because I love them both. But I'm not going to be remiss to the noun aspect that I have to have that thing of love before I can even use it. This is where people, in my opinion, from my perspective, disassociate self love and or misinterpret self love for self interest or self hate. Some people might presume or assume that self love is devout of the care for the collective. However, breaking it down under my pretenses right now, under that umbrella of you having to possess love to give it, then self love is a requisite for you to even have the capacity to love outside of you. You can't practice the verb without possessing the noun. So, what I mean by that, to feel deep affection for. If you don't have a deep affection in your life, how can you give somebody else or feel a deep affection for that subject or deep life affirming affection? Let me correct it. If you don't have love, no matter who comes outside of you, because you don't have, it's like a toy. If you don't have a video game to give, how can you give somebody that game? You have to have it for it to become the verb for you to give it. So I think that's something people need to be mindful for because we act like love ain't us. We act like love ain't us. We was born with it, we was gifted with it, and we get along the lines of riding waves and uh running through the hamster wheel, and next thing you know, our love is being malleable, subject to flux because of the conditions the environment brought forth towards us, when it don't have to be that way. And that is more in the aspect of unconditional love, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. So I got some notes. I got a couple notes. I got I love you in here. Like I love you. What does that mean? I love you. The you is the least important in that. The I love is the most important because it's affirming, not just because it's affirming my perspective, but it shows you the redundancy. I love. You have to love before you give it to somebody else. So a lot of people might be like, oh man, like this person, I love this person so much. If that person leaves me, I'm not going to be whole. I'm not going to be complete. That person is just a conduit or a catalyst to your own love. You must know that that person is a conduit or a catalyst to your own love because if you didn't have love, no matter what that motherfucker did, you could not feel love. So don't disassociate. Yes, you love that person because you have love. The only way you could love somebody is to have it to give. If you don't have it to give, then you don't have no love. And then you're gonna see a you're gonna see a nigga placid on the surface, stoic, apathetic, don't give a fuck. You see a baby on the street. Babies, if you tapped into love, you see a baby in a righteous form, your love vibration automatically go off and trigger. Or a dog, or even a natural element. That's a key for y'all. If y'all want to tap into the love vibration, go find nature. And nature will be found in the form of a baby, in the form of an animal, in the form of a plant, in the form of outside. Easy to find love. And if you connect with that, then you'll align with your own innate vibration. But it's not nothing outside of you. So just something to remember, love is yours, not others. Love is yours and not others. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Been waiting on this. My phone may cut off. I'm on a train. Righteous. Much love to Allende. Much love to Body. Much love to everybody in here and the YouTube. I see y'all out here. Let me see if what y'all got up. Okay. Much love to y'all up in here. We see you. My bad. I be missing the comments. I be missing the comments every now and then. We talking about love, man. So anybody get a take and a perspective. As I defined it, I tried to be as rigid as possible. So I left it at a conscious. Conscious is just being aware. That's all it takes to be conscious. Miss me with the woke and any of those connotations, but to be conscious is to be living. You're living conscious state of life affirming affection. So you're living in a state that's life affirming. That means you just provoke life. How does that look on the surface? It looks many different ways. You might give yourself some water. Giving yourself some water is provoking life. Giving yourself some water to me is life affirming. And giving yourself water to me shows that you have affection for yourself. You actually care about yourself enough to supplement yourself with something you need, something that you know is life affirming. So, oh yeah, shout out to the boys. Shout out to the kids, man. Nazir and Zaire, man. Y'all see me? Y'all see me out here, man. You feel me? Oh, they done, see, I said that natural vibration. You done told me that kids was in the vicinity and my shit jolted up a little bit. The vibration is shifting and permeating. The spirit of them is in me. You feel me? But yeah, no, though. So that life affirming affection, when you can recognize it, uh, when you can recognize it, it's easier to act on it, and you don't want to dissociate again. Uh, Someone else pouring into you love, and mistaking that because it's a connected wave. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be dependent on somebody pouring into you the love because people have that capacity as well. You ain't the only one in this bitch with love. Other people have it. So you could be vibrating low and then somebody can come give you a pick me up, have a conversation with you, you was down, and they put you in a newfound perspective to where now, okay, damn, I feel better about myself. I feel good. I care about myself. So I am at a life affirming mode right now because I had a conversation with this dude and shit, I was just in a death affirming mode. This is where the notions of suicide might pop off. This was where the notion of uh, feeling insufficient, feeling insubordinate, because people act like that don't happen, but it happens. Suicide happens, and feelings of worthlessness happens a lot in this paradigm in this epoch now. Uh, Reason being is subjective and arbitrary, but I think we have like a social media and we have a alternate reality that people immerse themselves into and they get to comparing lives and there's just the way of our perspective is so vast and the things in which we could see that a lot of the times I think we take all of that and then we look back at ourselves as if we're insufficient, as if we're less than. So people might slip into depression. People might feel worthless. People might contemplate things like suicide, unfortunately. Much love to all those going through that. Those states of being, however, are death affirming. Because again, like, you ain't only made out of love. Unfortunately, God didn't make all of its subjects, not his. God didn't make all of its subjects with only the capacity to love. God gave you protons, God gave you electrons and neutrons. Neutron neutral. So that means you don't care about. If a nigga asks you about something, like, I don't care. And when a nigga genuinely has no care about a certain subject or feeling, that's neutron mode. Electron, negative charge, I don't like that motherfucker. Proton, positive charge, I love that motherfucker. So all these capacities on a subatomic level represent you. So you're not just good. You have the potential to be depressed. You have the potential to be down. Exactly. The law of polarity. You have a positive and a negative charge innately. So you got balance and you got the challenge of constantly assessing which one, if any, because I'm not to say you have to align with one. If you watch the emo community, they align with one, and it ain't the life affirming one. You watch my emo people, much love to them, but their vibration juxtaposes the vibration in which I adhere to. A lot of people might say this is analogous. Okay, they worship the devil, you worship God, whatever. I worship life affirming. You feel me? If something is life affirming, and uh, if I see something in any instance and I could be life affirming or death affirming, I'm gonna lean towards that life affirming shit. I used to see a snail, and just because I didn't have no type of awareness and no consciousness, I put salt on the snail for my amusement. Straight nigga. Salt on the snail. I'm being death affirming because I'm so robotic. I'm so programmed just for my own self satisfaction that I'm not thinking about the collective. I'm not thinking about the fucking snail. But when you're life affirming, you see the snail, you let the snail pass. You see the fly in your house. I know a lot of you niggas done clapped a lot of flies and act like ain't nothing wrong, but you clapped shit. Genocide on millions of ants. Death affirming. Nah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to make niggas feel bad, but I'm just saying, life affirming has a certain essence to it. The flowers are the flowers are not growing as well. You might water the flowers. That's indicative of a life affirming gesture. So, but again, like I said, with the polarity of humans, you don't have to uh I'm not saying being life affirming is correct. It's just my morality and my way of being. I don't like to see that death affirming essence. But again, you talk about the goths and the emos, and not to say that they don't like love, but they embrace that realm of death and destruction and shit. I'm not supposed to be happy. Shit, I ain't had fuck that. Fuck happiness. They might have a shirt that say fuck happiness on that motherfucker. So like I'm not, yeah, it's arbitrary. Whichever side of the force you want to lean on. Again, this shit is all about force. We're talking about love, consequently juxtaposing, we're talking about hate. So it's about the force in which you resonate with the most. I know which one I resonate with. Baby Yoda, my nigga. You feel me? I ain't Darth Vader. I ain't Anakin in this motherfucker. So, but that's just to say, to give a more clear perspective on what love means to me, as well as death. Love being life affirming, hate being death affirming. You trying to fight somebody. How is that life affirming? Just independently of the circumstance and conditions, because niggas might use the human context and be like, oh, well, shit, what if I'm fighting the dictator who's suppressing millions of people? Oh, yeah, okay. And that's in that case, I could see how you're being life affirming because the millions of people outweigh the one person in which you're harming. So for the conscious collective, that may be a life affirming gesture. But independently of the context, just fighting a nigga. Is that a life affirming gesture logically? I had this well, I've learned this philosophy, me and Body, we talked about it, just the categorical imperatives. So like Immanuel Kant created a metric and a measure to assess whether something is righteous, in my connotation, life affirming, or on the love vibration. So when you look at something like fighting, and you a fighter, and you gotta ask, and again, a human in me, you should have a little bit of fighter in you. But if you, let's say you're just a nigga who is privy to not rationalizing ever, don't even like discussion, your first resort is to fight. You feel me? You got to ask yourself, if everybody was like that, how would the universe and how would the world be? Would it be life affirming? Will we see more conscious love vibration permeating, or would it be death affirming? Will we see more destruction, more divisiveness, more distrust? See, like, and you start seeing the connotations to the actions, and then you can make a logical implication like, oh, yeah, fighting is more so on the low vibration, whereas giving somebody a hug boosts their spirits, boosts their energy, makes them feel worth, makes them feel connected, makes them feel love, life affirmingly affected. So, okay, yeah, hug might be on the life affirming vibrational side. So, like I said, you take the actions, but then you also have to factor in intent. And y'all need to forgive me because I'm a rambling motherfucker. So I go from A to Z to B. Let me read the comments. Crohn's built on. Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin', man? Crohn's built on YouTube. Much love to you. J Dot, what's good, my boy? I done clapped over 10,000 flies for sure. You feel me? Hey, just something to consider. Little nigga roaming through your house, he could be just, hey. And you know the crazy part, before your house was built, that fly could have been roaming in that vicinity. That could have been his house before it was yours. Well, I don't know, they say flies live about a day or two. His ancestors was visiting. But you know, roaming through the house, kicking it, trying to live. The fly is trying to live, but look, you annoyed by the fly. You don't respect the fly as a life force. So fuck it, clap the nigga. Dead nigga don't know of no consequence to you because you don't associate that with a life. What it means to be life affirming from a general standpoint is to be beyond, much love to you just subscribing, is to be beyond your human subjectivity in regards to love. Oh, you only love your friends. Oh, you only love your kids. Oh, you only love people that show you love back. Oh, well then your love requisite ain't that high. That's called matching energy. If you love when love is present or you love subjectively, then you have no concept of unconditional love. And again, in fairness to you, you're a human being. So as a human being with the polarity within you, it would be remiss for me to assume that you're just gonna rest and sit on one vibration, whether that is love, whether that is hate. The hating ass nigga eventually got some. You ever see a hating ass nigga at a comedy show? Nigga so deliberate on hating, and then he get a joke that he like nigga can't even help it. Nigga wants to hate, but nigga don't laugh. Nigga don't feel good now. Hating ass niggas get on the love vibration, and loving ass niggas get on the hating vibration. So conditional love has to be rebranded to objectifying. If you do this, if you do that for me, then you love. Okay, that is dissociative of the emotion. Again, conscious state of life affirming affection. Conscious state of life affirming affection. Conscious state of life affirming affection. That is love. It's your conscious state of life affirming affection. So to hold conditional boundaries to a state of being, that don't even sound pragmatic to me. You must do this. And then here's the thing though. Here's the thing, because it's crazy how we use these terms. But when you're with somebody, you might not always feel that conscious state of life affirming affection. That's where unconditional love kicks in. Because now you with somebody and that constant state of life affirming affection isn't in you right now. Let's say you had a bad day at work. You just don't, or you just want to be in your solitude. You don't even want to see nobody. Then you go in your house and you see the husband or you see the wife or you see the kids. Like, but you're in a certain, you're at electron mode. You feel me? So with that mode, yeah, you might not be vibing on the love vibration, but unconditional love, from my standpoint and my perspective, is to provide maintenance when you're not at that vibration. It's like, oh yeah, this motherfucker get on my nerves. However, I'm not gonna permeate my electrons onto her or onto him. I might just go to solitude in my room. Which takes heed to the point again, love don't have a specific look. It don't look a certain way. It's a sixth sense. You have to tap into it to know if somebody's intentionality is on a vibration of love. But when it comes to action, it becomes subjective. In one instance, love could look like you leaving the room. You get in a discussion and an argument, and you probably thinking about calling this person some names. And she getting on my fucking nerve. But you don't want to fester that vibration. You don't want to give them that to put them at that death affirming vibration. Oh, bitch, or fuck nigga, I hate you. You know you can say words that can put people at a different space. You have the power, you have the capacity. So in that moment, you might be, okay, let me just walk away. That don't look like showing love. You in a conversation and discussion and you walk away, that don't look like showing love. But in that person at essence, they're not at that conscious state of life affirming action. However, their requisite is love. So they may not be able to give you love at that moment. They ain't at that moment, they on electron mode. They ain't even got it at the moment. They always got it, but at the moment it's dormant. So they in argumentation mode and they can't give you that vibration because you can't fake an essence and an energy. You can even say things that may appear to be loving. Hey, how's your day? But you're saying it from a vibration that can't be faked. Can't fake the funk. So the action might not look like, oh, hey, give me some love hug when you in argumentation mode. The action might look like, okay, let me suppress that. Let me not yell at her. Let me take my black ass into my room, smoke a joint, and let me calm down. When I'm back vibing right, I can go back to that situation and permeate the love in which I want to permeate. You feel me? So I think people need to like being in love. Being in love ain't got nothing to do with anybody outside of you. Now they can be conduits, but when you're in love, that's because you're consciously at a state of life affirming affection. That can come from a girl. That can come from your kids. That can come from playing a video game. Nigga love playing a video game. He's in love right now. He's literally in love. That's his feeling. Oh shit, this shit is euphoric. Oh man, I can't explain it. I just care. Love. So being in love, a lot of the times we think that that's about the other person more so than ourselves. But that person is just reflective. That person is a conduit to getting you to your love. And if you're a conduit to getting them to their love, then in many instances, y'all are together in love. In some instances, it might be only you feeling the love, might be only her feeling the love. So the in love shit becomes tricky. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a momentary thing. So if you're in a relationship, y'all might not always be in love. Well, not it ain't even a might. Y'all will at some point not be in love. Both of y'all in love at the same time, the whole time during a relationship, coexisting, living together. That's called fiction. Nigga might write a novel or create a movie where somebody is uh giving that loving, life affirming affection the whole time throughout in a relationship, but that's not pragmatic, that's not true. But that doesn't mean that your unconditional love pretense doesn't ride high. If you're somebody who believes in loving, beside from the actions people show, beside from, okay, I'm riding the wave, this person, man, this person give me good massages, this person cook dinner for me. That's easy to love. It's easy to love that. It's easy to love your kids when daddy, mommy, come home, give me, and they just that's the easiest shit to do in the world because that's conditional. Somebody's giving you love, therefore it's easier for you to receive the love. You feel me? You have that innate property, so all the nigga gotta do is stoke the flame. So it's easy to do that, but what about when the kids is jumping on the fucking couches? The kids is being a wreck, you having a bad day, and the kids are just obliterating you. When you have unconditional love as a pretense, aside from just riding the wave of love, then you ain't gonna give those kids the death vibration. You ain't gonna give your husband or wife the death vibration. You're gonna realize, you know what? I'm about love, I'm about peace, I'm about order. I'm not finna slice this nigga right now. Cause y'all know you got the neutrons in you. You know you can slice a nigga up. I think all love. Ooh, comments. You got. Hold on. Let me. You got facts. Then you have society's construct of the idea, righteous, and most of us abide by the societal construct of the idea of love. The humans, we so like we wired to be. You feel me? Just like cattle, low key. So yeah, no, you got the facts. But then again, buddy, the fact is, love is an emotion. So with love being emotion, it's like you know how people say like, damn, I'm having this feeling and I just can't explain it. Emotions and how people feel, that ain't even in the realm of facticity. So like this type of shit, like I said, which is why we come to terms and make agreements as to what it means before we expound on it. But this type of shit will never be mutually conclusive to the universe. You know what I'm saying? It's not like uh what is what is writing. You feel me? You get a pen, you get a paper, and somebody puts down something on that is officially writing, irrefutable. What is love? It leaves a lot of room for interpretation because it ain't even tangible. Timer, much love. Timer says, I think all love should be conditional. Ooh, hot take. In order to give someone that type of energy, conditions should be met. My energy should be reciprocated as a condition. I should feel safe as a condition. I should feel affirmed as a condition. And if it's not met, I'm out. In some regards, I can see your point because principles, I think when you say conditions, I kind of hear principles. That could be my bias. But setting standards and setting principles and protecting your energy, I think that's a mandate also. You know what I'm saying? However, I think, all right, allowing you to receive my love is conditional. Allowing you to receive my love for me is conditional. If you're taking advantage of my love or if you're trying to knock me down to a different vibration, then I'm going to set up boundaries to where I'm not going to permit you to see my love. Like we had that conversation. I'm gonna cut a nigga off. You're gonna cut somebody off. So that's understood. However, when I think of love, I think it isolated from everything, isolated from humans. What does it mean to unconditionally love? And then I have again a conscious state of life affirming affection. So even if I'm not feeling that, if I uphold that thought and that pretense, conscious state of life affirming affection, and I'm about that, I want to do my best to permeate that regardless of what anybody outside of me does. So, for example, an enemy, somebody I don't fuck with. I don't even really have enemies, so that's a bad example. But somebody who's don't fuck with me. The nigga don't fuck with me and they come into my vicinity. I might not have that love vibration that I'm gonna have when my brother comes to me or somebody that I have a natural likeness for. However, I don't want harm for that subject either. So I guess that's more that might be more neutron mode where it's neutral. Like I ain't giving you love, but I'm not giving you hate. So you know what I'm saying? It might not be of that love vibration in that because it's a discord. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. I understand the conditional. I just think that unconditional love means regardless of what anybody is doing, you maintain that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Trump. I don't fuck with Donald Trump. I always use this example, but I don't hate him. If somebody was to be punishing Donald Trump in front of me, waterboarding a nigga or torturing him, I would suggest that they let him up because again, my requisite unconditional. I have unconditional love for everything. So this means that I don't want you to kill this nigga right now. That's built over time. Kill ego, kill pride. You built to kill hate with love. If anybody built for if anybody built for that, you could if anybody built for that, you could be righteous, I think you were saying. Will this be saved for a YouTube vid? Yes, it will, my boy. I think that's only felt for my kids because they came out of me, and that connection is something I can't explain. Yeah, that's love. I can't. Whenever somebody say I can't explain it, love right there. You feel me? No, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? But or not even. But I feel that, and so uh, like I said, it's easy to like certain. It's easy to love love. That's the best way I could put it. It's easy to love love. So when I'm feeling love from somebody else, again, it like stokes a flame inside of me to where, oh now, hey, I'm on that vibe too, man. Let's love together. So like I'm assuming your kids give you that natural vibration and that natural feeling inconsequential of anything that they do. You know what I'm saying? Think about unconditional love. It's not inconsequence. It's of the consequence of what niggas is doing. So let's say a family member. I'm sure we all got family members we don't really adhere to or align with. Family, this motherfucker get on my nerves. I know this nigga coming for the Christmas break. This nigga get on my nerves. I'm gonna do my best to at least be neutron. And I just like based on just this conversation, I upgraded my perspective on unconditional love and uh being neutral to where that ain't showing love. It ain't showing hate, it ain't showing love, but it's just a mode of neutrality. Let me just be disinterested and let me lack care. Let me be fully an object of matter. I'm not my particles right now. I'm not proton. I'm not electron. I'm neutron. I'm just an object of matter, stoic, apathetic, no emotion. So yeah, you getting that vibration. You know what I'm saying? Wong, what's good, my boy? Oh yeah, you know we gonna tap in, man. You know we gonna tap in. Kylan just popped in here. You feel me? Much love to you, God. We talking about love, man. I'm looking for anybody's perspective. We got some YouTube comments. Oh no, I already read them. But yeah, anybody's perspective on love, anybody's perspective on what it means to be in love, what it means to love yourself, and all this other good stuff. I brought a couple of notes because this is all right. Again, with my requisite, I want to say this: conscious state of life affirming affection. So if you're always, well, if you're consistently at this state, and then you uphold the philosophy to maintain this state, I think that's where unconditional love can be seen independent of the subjects around you, because it's not being in love with somebody, but it's just having an affection inside of you. And to have that affection inside of you, it allows you to have the affection for somebody outside of you. Now, if that's dependent on, okay, my family or my kids or only my friends or only people I'm cool with, then that is a conditional form of love, which is understood under the human pretense. I just think as a collective, like love thy neighbor, love thy enemy, love them, love because like with that mind state, if everybody collectively had that mind state, it would disintegrate the notion of hate. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be much of a practice if everybody was unconditionally loving people. But that don't mean principles shouldn't be held. That don't mean boundaries shouldn't be held. That don't mean detachment from certain people shouldn't be held. It just means that because this is my requisite to unconditionally love, rather than hurt you or harm you, I might even shed you some light to try to for your betterment, or I might just dissociate myself from you. You know what I'm saying? It can go many ways with these human interactions. What else we got? If you are, that's what I wrote. If you are loved, then you can only love anything as far as you love yourself. What's y'all perspective on that? Because that's just a thought, you know what I'm saying, that I threw out there to the cosmos. But like again though, if you are not loved, or if you are not loving, how can somebody receive that? Doesn't necessarily make sense, right? And that's the thing. A lot of people, oh, if you love me, you do this for me. If you love me, you do that for me. So taking unconditional love to another realm, like not just what they do for you, but the expectations you have for people and basing their love on your expectations. That is like, that's very unfair. It's very unfair to base other people's love off of your expectation of what they should do. Truthfully, nobody really loves themselves to accurately define love. Righteous, righteous. I adhere to that thought process and that philosophy because I don't know. That's hard to even explain. That's more so just multitude of anecdotes and empirical data compiled up for me to get the understanding of okay, a lot of people base their love off external things, so much so to the point that if they don't have this external thing, then they will consider themselves insufficient or incapable of love. And I always try to reduce myself to the lowest, the worst conditions. And I ask myself, because I try to see how fortified I am. I know I'm not the top notch, most loving nigga out here. How would I be in a box? How would I be with no family? Or how would I be, you know what I'm saying? So, like, them conditions, that's why it's understood why most humans conditionally love. We live in a material realm full of conditions. So people take to certain things and they don't take to other things. And if you haven't been taught that your energy is yours to control and to maintain, you might let your energy fall victim to, oh shit, when my likeness is over here, now I'm feeling love. When my dislike is over here and I'm absorbing that, now I'm feeling hate. None of us have gotten taught emotional intelligence. You feel me? Emotional intelligence. How many of us actually ask ourselves, why am I feeling like this right now? Why am I hating? Why am I loving? Why am I feeling this love right now? What's the signal that provoked this? Because then you can curate your reality. If you have emotional intelligence and you know what gets you to that vibration and you know what don't get you to that vibration, you can curate your environment to where you're creating a loving space, a safe space. To where damn, like most of my day today, because I work on curating that, practice I practice self-love and self-care. You feel me? And I'm fortunate enough to practice that because under these constraints and these constructs, there's a lot of survival mode going on to where practicing self-love is not really a consistent practice for humans. You feel me? We not truth seeking. Motherfuckers want comfort. Righteous. Righteous. And from my history of seeking the truth, that shit ain't never been comfortable. You gonna post this for a vid so I can watch from the beginning? Yep, I got you, bro. This whole video is gonna be saved on my Facebook and on the YouTube. Feel me? Much love to everybody tapping in. J Dot, man, you already know the vibes. And that's the thing. Like, all right, just going off the rail a little bit. I love my unconditional love is my affection. You feel me? So even if I'm not consciously feeling love, I have affection for all life forms around me the same way I love myself. So I want to live. So as a consequence, I want everything else to live too. So unconditionally, conditions that caters towards likeness. Got my boy Scotty, like I love and like Scotty. Likeness is a different thing. Like if someone meets your likeness, okay, you can befriend them, you can hang with them, you could be around them, and like likeness is like quantum entanglement. So you guys match on an energetic realm so well that when you come together, it just permeates love. You're now not an individual loving, but you're a collective of love. You feel me? Entangled with another individual, but that ain't no individual no more because it's a part of your entanglement. So likeness, I think we might be a little bit dissociative with that in love too. Like, oh, I don't like this, therefore I hate this. You don't gotta be like that. I don't like this, therefore I don't indulge in this. I don't like this, therefore I will curate my environment to not have that around me as consistently. I would do my best to alleviate myself from the things in which I dislike, unless they're a clear attempt to permeate my growth. You know what I'm saying? Righteous, man. Come on, man. This goes without saying, God. You know the vibes, man. It's deeper than snacks, man. It's deeper than snacks. Likeness, but again, like you said, rebranding the terms. I think likeness is conditional love. Like if we change conditional love to like and love being love, because again, love is a requisite. You born with it, so you already got it. So to give it is an act of self. It's not an act outside of self. For you to give love, that's an act of self, and that's on you. If you want to give love without other people dictating how you give it. I think people sleep on that aspect of how empowering it is to know that people can't dictate your love. So I like when Ye said that shit. He said, "Y'all can't tell me who to love." Nigga. And that's what's going on right now. Like, oh, he said he loved. Yes, he said that. I don't give a fuck who he said. He loves blank, blank, blank. I don't give a fuck what the blank, blank he loves. Ooh, okay, I can respect he loves. Unless blank, blank, blank is he loves death, he loves hate, he loves provoking harm on life affirming creatures or life forms. Forget life affirming. He provoking harm on life. If he loves those things, then I ain't with it. But if he loves an individual who uh has their own iniquities, has their own problems, is not deemed the most righteous person in society, then that person just has empathy and a life affirming affection for life to have love for a Hitler or love for a Nazi. I love white people. You know, white people done did to. I love white people in their entirety. I love the motherfucker who hates me because to me, it's a sickness. It's a sickness to not be life affirming. So if you're so busy hating on what's outside of you, that's because of what you got in you is so strong. You gotta think if they can give you that, again, like I said with love, to give it, you have to have it. So if somebody can give you hate, imagine the reality that they going through. If all they got to give you is hate, imagine that's self-hate. I'm they ain't gotta deal with me. So if I come around not straight uh Klansman, apathetic, hate niggers, comes towards me, of course, first method, I'm a survivor too. First method, let me defend myself. The connotations on that man suggest harm. This is a KKK member. Every connotation I have, this nigga might try to harm me. But once that umbrella is or that guise is uncovered and I feel safe, I ain't got no static for that nigga. I just feel sympathetic. I don't feel empathetic because I don't understand it. I ain't never been on that vibration, but I feel sympathetic. Like, damn, I feel sorry for that nigga. He's fucking hater, a pure hater. What I'm not gonna do is match his energy. Again, unconditional love. That's my pretense. Inconsequential of the material realm. So matching his energy is not going down. Defending my life and matching their energy ain't the same thing. I got a requisite of I got a requisite of being life affirming, quote unquote good, and surviving. Them is two requisites that I'm always gonna have in this universe. I'm gonna survive and I'm gonna be life affirming. So just because this nigga's a Klansman and don't like me, that ain't gonna change them requisites. I'm not matching your energy, nigga. How weak is your energy if it's always getting matched? If you always matching energy, what does that say about your energy? Low vibe come, you a low vibe. High vibe come, you a high vibe. Medium vibe come, you a medium vibe. No vibe, you feel me? Neutron come, you a neutron. You just whatever come, you are. No knock, no knock. You feel me? Maybe that's your essential properties. Maybe you ride the wave. Some people may have an essential property to be wave riders. And again, I don't hate it. I may not agree with it, I may not align with it, but I love the niggas who are wave riders. They annoy me sometimes, but I love them niggas too. I got empathy and feel for them niggas too. I hope on a journey that they have a process of self discovery to where they're not matching energy solely, and their energy and their essence ain't based on what's outside of them because that renders them helpless in this society. Your boss, your boss is your boss, and your boss is gonna come a certain way. Somebody in the grocery store, Kroger line, might do something to you to shift your energy. And it's like God is on sticks. It's like God is on sticks with every individual character. Just playing a video game. Let me test this nigga. No, let me put this in this nigga face to see if he got patience. Let me see if I can make this nigga flip out. Let me flatten this, give this nigga a car a flat. God out there on sticks giving yo flattening your car, seeing how you react to the shit. Up, nigga mad. Nigga can't come to my heaven. We ain't rocking with it. So it's a constant test, and then you gotta really ask yourself about your morality and your principles, and what are you upholding? If your principles is to match energy, you gotta ask how principled is that for your energy. You around all demons, you demon. You're around all God, you God. You're around studious motherfucker, you become a student. Are you saying we shouldn't be tested by the creator? No, no. I'm saying that being tested by the creator is a mandate. I'm saying regardless whether or not we pay attention to the signs, we are all constantly being tested to to move in a certain direction, a juxtaposing direction. I don't know if you were here earlier, but we talked about like our subatomic structure and like polarity within humans and having a positive charge and having a negative charge, even having a neutral mode. So for me, everybody in life is given signs to shift their polarity towards either the proton or the electron. You know what I'm saying? So you see the sign and then you have a test of fate. Which one do you ride in? Which one do you believe in? I think we associate proton with the creator and with God, and then we associate electron with the devil, which to me is a creation of God. So all of that is under the umbrella of God. I associate proton with good. Positive force, I associate that with good. Electron, bad, I associate that with bad. But the whole scope of it is God. God created the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons. So God is all things, not just good things to me. So yeah, no, we are tested by the Creator. Even using like whether or not we should or shouldn't, that's subjugating the essence of the Creator to me, to my bias as a human. What God should or shouldn't be doing. I'm more dealing in a mode of facticity of what is. So I'm being tested. I can't even say for a fact that everybody, if y'all don't think y'all being tested, then y'all don't think y'all being tested. But I know signs are in my life for me to make decisions constantly with this mode of volition and with this thing called free will. And I can choose to go left, I could choose to go right, I could choose to not go at all. But I always have a choice which way you feel me, move or don't move. The devil is an angel too. He's just bad, righteous, righteous. I always make the joke. I said people think God is good because they missing the O. Niggas don't know how to spell. God is of all things. So like, yeah, and that's why I said it even in the beginning of this. Like, you might have the atheist, or you might have the emo goth, different thoughts. This nigga said, "Did I rap yet?" This ain't that type of freestyle. You waiting on me to rap? It's funny. I said that in the last one. I said some niggas is thinking I'm about to come bar up. No, I ain't rap, man. You want raps? You want raps? I'll give you like 4 bars. You want raps? I'll give you 4 bars. Let me see. Oh, let me see. God, we talking God. Ooh, what do we got? Why picture I frame you? And if I get too deep, I might die. Mentioning angles, time glitching, I came through. Like I was 5, plus I'm pitching a hit like Babe Ruth in his prime. My 2 cents is a dime. Roots get intertwined with rhymes. If my truth gets skewed, remove the line. The error was better when they never filled it with lies. I lectured these letters at these levels, lifting their lives. They don't know it. Punches I pour in there, I say poet. Quick when I quibble, quill if I quote it. Ready and rolling, rightfully rolled in. Stay with the sticky puff till I'm swollen. Taught to be tactical to these tokens. I remember the time where you might jack a line. They would find you and expose it in moments. You got demoted. It's bogus. I'm in my lotus. I'm focused, froze in the moment. I'm posing, knowing I'm chosen. So I gotta be showing and glowing. Lo and behold it. Cause this ain't normal, my nigga. Intentional with emissions, cause the karma will get you. God is a mixture of a picture which we can't conceive, but I can see that everything of energy charged by the nigga. And yes, God is a nigga. Also the lady, also the child trying to get bigger. Even the plants feeding the land, all for the fixer. Harmony's in us, so you can't just harmony, nigga. Starting to figure that the flow is just H2O. I got a H and 2 O's. I'm getting stoned and I'm drinking all the elixir to follow my dinner. Too dominant nigga, root chakra to sit on new knowledge. I'm finna find a layer for me to stack up. Cause I feel the code be for me to triangle so I can live with myself before I shack up. Back up before the light hits you. It might get you surprised when you realizing you got divine in you. Matters of matter mean less with the right mental. I get my ladder to stretch when I climb issues, blessings, mitigating stressing, imitating legends, emanating presence. Bitch, I'm fasting. Dinner made by 7. Demonstrate the essence. I'm finna make a heaven. Come tap in. Cause I remember back then was lacking when I had the message but couldn't send it. But now I'm electric. And to these broads, I'm eclectic. Gods, I'm respected. Frauds, I'm protected. Baller, forget it. I'm not quite like Mike, but I knocked a couple of Nikes off of my checklist. Bet it, make the cut like edit, or the cut like severed, or the cut like shredded, even beheaded. I should cut it out, man. I probably shouldn't have said it. Because nowadays, most of these niggas gonna miss the message. They better respect it. Bars, nigga, bars. Ain't no freestyle. That's a free verse, though. You feel me? You feel me? Did it for my boy Lauren. You feel me? Gas me up, Lauren. Charge me up, Lauren. I'm charged up. No, righteous. You feel me? You feel me? We serving all. We serving all. You feel me? With the pretense. Had to talk something in that had the God quality in that motherfucker. You know, much love, man. It's a vibration. It's a vibration, man. Lauren got me out here rapping and shit. I ain't planning on rapping, man. Much love, man. Much love. But yeah, no, hey, shit. But since we talking about God, you got that God quality. It's that God quality. Nigga tell me to do it. All right, tap in. Tap in. You know, tell you on the spot. Tap into it. Once I tap in, it's over. Now Dame's dead. He done this nigga Lauren asked for another nigga inside of me and room. Next thing you know, Dame is gone. No more Dame. That's just rapping ass nigga. Righteous Chris, what's up? My bro up in here. You know it's all love in here. The requisite was love. Again, we could double it back. Ashley, you just got in here. Much love to you. Much love to everybody who ain't seen the beginning of this conversation, but the essence was love. What is love? What is being in love? How do you express love? Because again, we come to these terms or we come to these discussions and we use the same words, but people got different meanings of these words. So this is just one of those lives, Freestyle Fridays, breaking down the terms, just getting perspective and opinion. For me, again, I'll repeat it. Love is a conscious state of life affirming affection. Conscious. So an aware state of life affirming care. So a nigga who has care. Now, has it is independent of what's outside of, so you already have it. So now you fill your own cup up. You enjoy what you have. You bear the fruits of that love, or you can give it out. You can show love. You can give love. But love in itself is a conscious state of life affirming affection. So, with that being said, I requisite that for people to understand that it's already in them. It's already in them. You can't be on a path to find love. Well, you can. Can't say can't. Won't say can't. But it's redundant to be on a path to find love when love is already inside of you. You feel me? It's about uh tapping back in to that essence of love. Cause we all had it when we was kids. Y'all can't say y'all didn't love y'all. Well, the people in here I already know. Like y'all exist for the most part on the love vibration. Lauren, Chris, Scotty, Ashley, Kayla, like for the most part, I know the essence of, and that's the thing about life too. Like that's why I still do think God is generally good. God ain't all the way good. God created everything. So the murder, the death, the destruction you see, that's because God gave the universe the capacity to do that shit. But however, for the most part, are most plants do most plants want to live? Yep. Do most animals want to live? Yep. Do most humans want to live? Yep. So by my definition, most objects in nature affirm life. So yeah, God is generally good. Which is why we got for the most part generally good people, generally good vibes. And then people be sleep on and the brain. It's more neuron function with negative shit. So a lot of the times you could be having a good day 98% of your day, and then it'd be one thing happen, and now you fixated on that one thing because it's more neuron activity in your brain, and you more focused on that L than all them W's you just got. You got a gang of good coworkers said hi, and you had good interactions, but it might have been that one coworker that didn't even look your way, and you're like, bitch, you better acknowledge me. And now you in your feelings again. It's your love, your hate. You allowed that signal to get you in your feelings, and now you so focused on the bad that you had a deaf, low vibration because somebody on the outside realm controlled you. People don't like to say that, and it's ironic. I said control right when Ashley typed free will, because you have the will. Don't relinquish it by letting a nigga control you. Because you can't say you have free will if somebody does something and then you can't control yourself. I don't think people are exercising their neurons enough. Hey, righteous. Because critical thinking is an exercising of the neurons. A lot of people don't critically think in this time and day. A lot of people they take the information and it's almost like somebody is force feeding force feeding the information so much so that they can't even assess what they swallow. And they just getting shit thrown down and shoved into they in regards metaphorically to information. So yeah, a lot of people are in that just gorging on information left and right. They're so busy accepting it that they ain't sat back and assessed the information at hand and processed it and used deduction and critical thinking to come to a conclusion as to what it is they're ingesting. So them neurons ain't firing. You just got some information, you accepted it, and you threw it out the way. Let me get my charger. Hold on, my laptop is dying. Righteous though. Thank everybody for coming in here and having this discussion. We already an hour deep. Already a fire dialogue. If anybody want to tap in and come live and join the session, hey, I'm with that too. I'm with everything. Just don't ask me to strip on this motherfucker. I ain't taking off no clothes. Don't be trying to get freaky, nigga. One second. There we go. I know I was late. Work got me. Righteous. It's all good. It's all good. Better late than never, baby girl. But yeah, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Got my basics. I cover my basics. You know what I'm saying? Love being a conscious state of being, meaning it's in you. It's not outside of you. I love you. The you is the least important word. The I love, because that's a possessive I love. You feel me? I am. Okay, yeah. That the love is I. Love is me. All right. So being in love and that trick, because we get in relationships and we assume, like, you be like, I was in love with them, but I'm not in love with them no more. Because in love is conditional. In love is conditional. I'm in love. That means you're feeling that conscious state of life affirming affection at the current moment. So you're in love. I tell people this all the time, they don't get it. I'm in love with myself. So most of these moments, like, all right, I could have been walking on a strip and just sightseeing and being blissed out. That I'm in love. It don't got nothing to do with no object outside of me, but what is outside of me is being a conduit to my own love. So I'm in love at that moment. When you with your spouse and they're making you feel good and happy and highly vibrational, oh, you're in love with yourself from the help of your spouse. Your spouse provoked your own love. So remember, I love you. It's not as much about the you as niggas think. But yeah, part in part, that come with curating your environment and getting the missus or getting the mister if you a woman or if you like man that aligns with your ultimate goal of maintaining that vibration. Okay, I'm gonna get me a husband or I'm gonna get me a wife that can put me in that place more so than not. And I'm not gonna get me somebody I dislike that's gonna put me in a space in which I don't like. Hence the I hate you. You don't really hate them. You just have hate. And that person reflects your hate when they come into your life. But it's your energy. You ain't the most important part of I hate you. It's the I hate part. What else we got? You know, that was a bar, right? That was low key a bar right there too. You feel me? You gotta know people are catalysts to your own energy. They are not responsible for your energy. I think it's negligent to even try to, no matter who you talking about, spouse, friend, family, it's negligent to expect them to pour love into you so that you're loving more than you expect yourself to do it. Oh, he should make me feel like, well, you know, he should pour into you. She should pour into you to boost you if y'all got the same premise, the same principle. But however, it don't always be the case. Your husband, your wife ain't pouring into you right now. Now it's on you. Now you gonna feel good or not? Cause wifey in the kitchen getting on your fucking nerves. If you riding waves and if you ain't strong on the love vibration, then yeah, okay, you mad too. Now you gonna argue. Now you might deliberately say some slick shit. And I'm not in that realm. We ain't tiptoe. We ain't playing both realms. Your intentionality, if it's not refined on the love vibration and consciousness, again, principles and boundaries. Like I said, I'm not gonna allow my love to everybody. If you don't respect my love and you coming with deliberate intent to harm or on that death vibration, oh yeah, I ain't got time for that. Can't be around me. What time is Sunday brunch? Sunday breakfast, Sunday brunch. That's at 7:30 on Instagram. So anybody that don't know, me and Scotty, we get on Sunday breakfast. We go live every Sunday morning around 7:38 to around 9:30. So for about an hour and a half. The last conversation was fun. All these man, hey, hey, you feel me? What's understood don't gotta be expressed. All these conversations will help permeate light. I have one intention. I have one intention. I have one intention to permeate light and that vibration of love consciousness to me and to everything around me. That's just once I found that vibration, I feel like if I could make it eternal, I will. And if I could make others feel that, I will. And I've come to know that enlightenment is a conduit to getting people to that level of consciousness. And I have a gift. I have a gift to permeate my rhetoric and my thoughts into forms of enlightenment. So, now, yeah, that's the only reason why I do this shit. If I was to do it for attention or for viewership, I would have retired years ago. I'm like, oh nope, this ain't it. Or I would have took a route that's just not in essence who I am. Some people do shit for the gram and compromise, or they might not compromise. Can't compromise what you don't got. But I would be compromising my integrity doing something for the sake of viewership rather than that premise in which I uphold of enlightenment and love. So, oh yeah, Sunday breakfast is gonna be 7:30 Sunday, 6:15. We've been at hour 21 right now. We covered most of the basics. So, with that being said, I do want to ask people again any thoughts or any comments that they have at the moment while I'm here for these next couple of minutes, because I'm gonna smoke this and I'm gonna rock with y'all while we comment in the sections, whoever's up in here left. And yeah, it's love though. It's about love. Something we all adore. One thing worth dying for. Nothing but pain. Stuck in this game. Searching for fortune and fame. I don't know why that just came to my head. Let me see if I'm missing any comments. He said too easy. Righteous, man. You brought the God out of me. You bring the God out of me. Hey, ain't no telling what that nigga gonna do. Cause that nigga be tripping. Oh, righteous. Hey, daughter. Much love to you. I can feel your energy from far. I see you. I see you, mamas. I see you in the cosmos doing what you know best. Love. Doing what you know best. Love. Righteous, righteous, righteous. You know the vibes. And then even in the background, again, curating your environment to your liking. You know what I'm saying? Creating a space that reflects your intentionality. So I already know. I know her energy is high. I know. And man, you on that frequency, that energy, come on now. Could burn a hole in the wall with that energy. But yeah, to my point, you curate your environment. When I had these discussions and these dialogues, the background, I don't know if you could hear it. It's a certain frequency, one of the love vibrations, certain hertz and a certain frequency. Now, I don't cognitively understand, but kinetically, I have a resonance beyond my cognitive understanding. So it's just certain signals and signs that influence and help shape my ultimate intentionality, which is that love vibration. So, relative to y'all and y'all's environment, you got to make sure you curate whatever it is, the Instagram you're using, the room you're in, the people you're around, to where it caters towards your overall end game. And I don't think I'm a fool to suggest your end game is has something to do with love. Whether it's you chasing your passion in your journey or building a family, it's gonna have something tied into that vibration of feeling righteous and feeling good. You know what I mean? The energy has been high for a while now, and I'm loving it. Righteous, Caleb, man. Man, that's a beautiful thing to hear. That's the best thing I could hear from any subject ever. I've been feeling so good lately. What? Word? Word? What you been doing? Keep doing it. Whatever it is. That's righteous. You don't even know, well, you never know what memories people got. But I had, forgot, I want to say it was your mom or your grandma at Parkview. And I always associate you because I think I seen you at Parkview. And then at Eastside, I had seen you again, and then I asked you like, "Is your mom in there?" And you're like, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then from that point on, I was like, "Damn, like that's cool. That's dope." You feel me? Fast forward years later, motherfuckers is still vibing high, still cool, still loving. I know you still connected with Maria. Tell her I send my regards and my love. But yeah, man, that's what it's about. High energy. And high energy equates to love. Low energy equates to hate. And I think, respectfully, we've all been in both. At some point in time, we've all been in both. Righteous. Yeah, yeah. I had your mom as a teacher. I had your mom. Shout out to her because I probably wasn't the most optimal student at the time. Uh, but with that being said, all right, 6:19. We've been here for an hour 30. It's time to make dinner. Much love to everybody who joined. This was a conversation of love, good vibrations on Freestyle Friday. Lauren got a written out of me. He got a free verse on Freestyle Friday, so be happy. But with that being said, you feel me? I'll tap into y'all next week on Freestyle Friday. If you want to see your boy sooner, Sunday breakfast on the IG, and that'll be, you feel me, just like this, even more. It's even, to me, I think the Sunday breakfasts are a little bit